Hello friends, welcome to Abhi Tutorials. In this lesson, we will see about tkinter and how to create graphical user interface in Python using tkinter. In the previous lessons, we have seen Python programs that were mostly command line based. The input we provided or the output those programs returned were in the command line interface or were in symbol text format. Such type of interfaces are known as command line interfaces or CLI. Command line interfaces are text or command based user interfaces. Users typically have to type specific commands to get desired outputs in command line interfaces. The learning curve for the command line interface is also steep. Users have to memorize the commands to use them. Examples of some CLI commands are mkdir to create a directory, cd for change directory, cls or clear to clear the screen, etc. To overcome the difficulties using and learning the command line interface, we use the GUI or the graphical user interface. A graphical user interface or a GUI is a type of user interface that provides a platform that users can interact with. In a graphical user interfaces, user doesn't have to type or memorize commands to process a request. Instead, there will be an appropriate user interfaces such as button, label, text boxes, menus, etc., using which you can interact with the system or the program. Let's now see how we can create GUI programs in Python. Python provides support for using various libraries such as wxWidgets, tkinter, Kiwi, Qt, GTK, etc. to create GUI applications in Python. In this lesson, we will concentrate on creating GUI applications in Python using tkinter. You would have seen in the Python documentation that the word tkinter is suffixed with the statement Python interface to tcl/tk. So what is the tcl/tk? TCL or the tool command language is a high-level general purpose interpreted dynamic programming language, and TK is a cross-platform GUI toolkit that was developed as an extension for the TCL language. TK can also be used in creating GUI for other programming languages such as Python, Ruby, Perl, etc. In this lesson, we will see how to create GUI programs using Python. From version 8.0 of TCL onwards, the TK is included along with the TCL, and together they are called as TCL-TK. The current version of TCL-TK is 8.6. Specifically, in recent versions of Python, the TCL-TK is included as part of the standard Python installation in the form of tkinter. That means we do not have to install the TCL-TK package separately. We also do not have to learn the TCL language to write a GUI. Instead, we will use Python code to create TK GUI using a Python package named tkinter. Let's now start creating some GUI in Python. To check whether tkinter is installed in your Python environment, type the command python-m tkinter. Let's now do it from a command prompt. Open a command prompt and type python-m tkinter. If tkinter is already installed, you will be able to see the dialog as highlighted in the screen. Let's now see the steps on how to add tkinter to your Python program. To add tkinter to your Python program, follow the steps as follows. First, you must import the tkinter module to your program. Next, create an instance of the tk class. As a third step, you can add as many as widgets such as text boxes, menus, buttons, etc. to the instance created for the tk class. Finally, call the main loop function. Let's now see it in the code. Open the VS Code editor and create a new file. Let's now import tkinter module. The most common way of doing it is the statement from tkinter import star. Once the module is imported, we will create an instance of the tk class and assign it to a variable called tk1. You can also call the tk1 as the main or the root window. Finally, let's call the main loop function of the tk1 instance and run the program. If you are able to see an empty window as highlighted in the screen, that means your program has been executed successfully. As you can see, the title of the window is just tk. Let's now try to change the title for the window. Back to the program. Let's try to add a title to the window by calling the title function of the tk1 instance as highlighted. Run the program again. We will be able to see the updated title being displayed in the title bar of the window. Let's now try to add some widgets to the program we have created. Back to the program. Let's create a new label widget using the label class and assign it to the variable L1 as highlighted. Within the parentheses of the label class, you will need to specify the name of the parent instance or root window where this label will be placed. In our case, we have to place the label within the frame area of the tk1 instance. So we will mention it as tk1 as the parent for L1. Next, we will set the text for the label using the text attribute as highlighted here. Once done, we will have to use a layout manager to place a widget in the app. Here we will use the layout manager pack as highlighted to place the label widget to the app. If you forgot this step, the widget will not be displayed in the window. Now run the program. Once the program is run, you will be able to see the label being displayed in the frame as highlighted. As you can see, the size of the window is very small. Let's change the size of the main window now. We have a function in tkinter named geometry which can be used to set the size of the window. As highlighted in this example, let's call the geometry function on the root window or the tk1 instance and pass the parameter string as width x height in pixels. Here the width is 800 followed by the character x followed by the height 600. By default the measurement will be in pixels. Run the program again. As you can see, the window size is now changed as per the width and height as specified within the geometry function. Similar to the label widget we have seen in the previous example, we have many more widgets as displayed here in this slide and more. We will see them in forthcoming examples. Before moving further, let's see the various layout managers that we can use within tkinter. Layout managers are nothing but how you place the individual widgets within the window. In tkinter, there are three main package managers which determine how you place individual widgets within the frame. The first package manager we are going to see is the pack. We have already used the pack in our previous example. It's the most simplest of a package manager and you do not have to specify the positional attributes for a widget if you use the pack function. The pack function automatically places the widgets in the space available within the window. The next layout manager is called as grid. As the name indicates, grid consists of rows and columns. The number for the rows and columns starts at 0 and continues sequentially. When using the grid function, you will get two attributes, namely the row and column, that you can use to specify where the corresponding widget should be placed. The third type of layout manager is called as place. In case of the place function, you must specify the exact x and y location in pixels. As per the sample given here, the corresponding widget will be placed 30 pixels horizontally and 100 pixels vertically. Now that we got a basic understanding of how the layout managers works, let's go into an example of using the grid manager. Let's create a new file and add the import statement along with the basic content to start a window application. Add a new label L1 and label it as number 1. Add another label L2 and mark it as number 2. Create a text field using the class text. We can also add the width and height attributes for the text field. The numbering of the width and height parameters is based on the character size. So width equal to 50 means 50 characters width and height equals 1 indicate a character height. Similarly, add one more text field T2 with the same width and height as highlighted. Now add the label L1 to the grid row 0 and column 0 respectively. Similarly, add the other variables to their corresponding rows and columns. Once done, run the program. As you can see, a small window will be displayed on the screen and the label and text fields are placed in their corresponding grids. Coming back to the program, let's add a new button v1 to the program and label it as add. Add the button to the second row and first column of the grid. Set the size of the window to 800 x 600 pixels and run the program. As you can see, the program is run successfully and the fields are all correctly displayed. Now let's add some functionality to the add button. Going back to the program, let's add a new parameter to the button class called comment. The comment parameter refers to a function which will get executed when the button v1 is clicked. Here the function which will get executed is the add2numbers function. Let's now create a function definition for add2numbers function. Start creating the function using the def keyword followed by the function name. The function should be created in the line before you call it in the button parameter. Now use the get function of the t1 variable to get the content of the t1 text. The syntax of the get function will accept two parameters, the start index and the end index. The start index is the start of the text. If you need to read the text content as it is given, then it should be 1.0 enclosed within double quotes, and the end index is an optional one. You can either specify a number enclosed within a string as similar to the start index or you can give it as int if you need the full content. Now the entire content should be placed within the int function. This is required because when we read from the text field using the get function, the value will always be read as a string. Since we are going to perform an addition operation on two numbers, converting the string to an integer or any other number type is crucial. Similarly, retrieve the value from the text T2, convert it to integer value and store it in N2. Let's now add a label L3 to store the sum of two numbers. Finally, let's add the label to the grid using the grid function as highlighted. Run the program. Provide values to the number 1 and 2. Click on the add button. You will be able to see the results displayed in the console. So far we have seen using tkinter to create a symbol windowed application using symbol widgets such as label, text and button. Also we have seen how to handle a simple button click event in tkinter. In the next part we will see other widgets and other types of event handling in tkinter. Thanks for watching our video. Stay tuned and please like, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.